Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm sitting here in Witten at the Dark Skies over Witten Festival. Besides me is the band RHOMBUS. Hi, first of all.
Hi.
Hello. You're right.
Hi. It's for people outside who probably don't know exactly who we are. Maybe you can do this introduction stuff like who are you, what's your part in the band, and so on.
Yeah. My name's Lee. I play the drums. Yeah.
I'm Alix, I'm co-lead vocal.
Ed, vocals and bass.
I'm Rob, I play guitar and do some of the programming.
Very good programming, yeah.
And you come from Britain, you can say? From
England? We're from England. Yeah.
From England. Where exactly, maybe you can tell?
The north.
Mostly.
Mostly.
So close to Scotland somehow?
No, we're all around if you think sort of Manchester, Yorkshire.
Okay.
The Gothic Heartlands.
Gothic Heartlands,
Yeah.
For example, the mission comes from this area as well?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. A lot of goth.
So, would you call it goth, your music, or how would you describe it to someone who never heard of you? What is the...
I think it's undeniable that our roots come with goth. We all like goth bands, but I don't think it's essentially goth. It's a little bit more upbeat. We tend to look up, not down. We don't look at our shoes. We don't hide behind smoke.
So it's good for me as a photographer.
And we like having fun on stage as well.
But we all love goth music. There's no denying that.
Yeah, but we're happy people.
Yeah,
we're happy people. And you can have somber music but be happy.
Yeah.
Because music should be fun.
It is.
And we enjoy ourselves. We're not.
Funny thing, we talked with Carfax from Stadt before about they're coming from Costa Rica, about being goth and about having fun as a goth. It's just important. Yeah. It's not that goths or people listening to this music are sad. I think the sadness is put into the music to be more happy.
Yeah, definitely.
I think when we were growing up, goth music and goth gigs were a lot of fun, but it was a good, safe environment.
Yeah.
It was supportive, it was positive.
Feel your emotions.
It was a happy place to be, and sometimes that is exploring darker emotions.
Yeah.
But not for too long. Because it's positive, because if you're going to talk about dark things, then I think it's important that you offer a way forward rather than wallowing. You can have a little bit of a wallow, but then what are you going to do about it? Because music should give you strength. It shouldn't push you down
and keep you down.
Yeah.
So is this one reason why you started to be musicians back then when you were younger? To get some more power, for example?
Lee?
I honestly don't know. I think it was for myself. I started playing guitar, but I think it was just because of Guns N' Roses. So a little bit of a direction shift. But yeah, I think as a small boy, somebody had Appetite for Destruction album. Because he swore in Paradise City. There were about 4 or 5 of us crowding round listening. He says, he swears. And he swore. It's like, wow, this is brilliant. So yeah, I started playing guitar, and 30 something years later, here I am in Witten.
The Cure show.
Playing the drums.
Liking swearing.
Yeah. I still enjoy swearing.
Of course you do. You're a Yorkshireman.
Yeah.
I've always sung, always, since I was very, very small. I've been making up songs as a child and stuff like that, and then I found out it was actually even more fun to do it with a band and be in bands, and so I'm in lots of bands,
So how this is going to work is everybody's going to have a really poignant reason why it's like a cathartic thing, and they have to, it's a calling for them, and I'll just be sat here as the guy that likes swearing.
Feel free to swear as much as you want.
Go on, mate. Go on. Get off.
No censorship on my channel for this.
It'll be like that Grundy show. Scheiße.
But how do you get into music? Not do you like swearing?
No, my mum made me learn piano when I was very young.
You're very lucky.
And I decided I wanted to play guitar. So when I was 16 and I passed my exams at school, she bought me a guitar. And then it was around about the time that goth started to really pick up in England, in the late 80s, with the Mission, the Sisters, the Fields of the Nephilim. And I just wanted to sound like that. So I bought a little effects unit, realised I could make the same noise and looked for other people who wanted to do it as well, and the rest is history.
So is this how Rhombus started, or what was the starting point?
Me and Ed met on a message board for the mission.
Yeah. We then were doing merchandise for the mission.
Yeah, we were selling CDs.
Why we were doing merchandise for the mission, I think nobody knows, but that's how we met. And then we formed Rhombus from there.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm not totally sure, I've looked up around 2003?
2003?
2003.
2003, yeah.
It's a long one.
It's been a while, yeah.
And we know each other for a long while now because I've written about you sometimes.
Yeah.
But for the people outside, maybe, can you tell at least some turning points of the band's history that have been really important?
I think one of the big turning points was, I think, 2011 when we started playing in Europe. Because that opened things up for us. Because again, yeah, it's all right playing in the UK.
2010 when we recorded a proper album.
All right, okay.
We enlisted the help of a mixing engineer. We tried to do it ourselves up until that point, and we were never very good at it. So we paid somebody, and it sounded great.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think that's right. I think up until about 2010, we were quite DIY, and it was a bit of a hobby. And then we had a period where we started to try and do it properly. And then, obviously, since then, we've had times when we've been very, very active, and then times when things slowed down, Brexit, pandemic, insert rubbish reason here. And then so we'll have a quiet period, and then we get together for a project again. But we just try and do things really properly. So sometimes that means things are slower, but we like to do things well, you know.
And turning points as well. I mean, getting a live drummer.
Yeah.
And then me joining.
You can.
obviously, Alex.
Did I before you? Did I?
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
I temporarily joined the band about 7 years ago, and I've still not left yet.
It's not going to go.
It probably was, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because I remember doing the programming the drums,
Yeah.
and then I think you were doing it around about that. Because I'm sure I remember like Carpe or something.
Yeah, probably.
And you were
Oh yeah, no, it's
possibly
Carpe
doing
was
it.
the first gig.
Yeah.
But I think the key thing is we like to move forwards. So not too fast,
No.
but the
We're not
whole
very
idea is that
fast.
we need to be all trying to create something, which might be new, it might have some traditional roots in it. But as I said, what Rob said, we like to look up, and we also like to look out, because I think if you look down and you look inward, you just repeat yourself, and that's not fun for anyone.
It's a rather progressive way of working, I would say.
Yeah.
I think COVID was a big eye-opener for us.
Well, we recorded a whole album
Because
during that time.
we couldn't meet.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we had to get to grips with technology, so we were all using the same recording software, and we're having to communicate by Zoom.
Yeah.
And we all write our own bits in our own houses, and then we kind of put it together and realised that it's starting to sound okay.
Yeah.
Dragging things around because the timing's a little bit off, but we made it work.
And we did 2 videos in that time as well.
Yeah.
Which was great. We filmed them separately, and then it all got put together.
Yeah, I
Kind
think
of collaborated
the
on where
benefit
they were filmed.
Yeah.
was COVID gave us a chance to pause, because we always had a gig booked, there was always a concert booked. And so if we were writing, it was to get something into the set, which might mean that we just write for concerts, but then we just wrote, and we were free, we didn't have to think about the next gig. And then after we'd finished the album, we then had to think about what we could do live. Some of it we can do live, some of it we can't. But it in a way, it liberated us from the pattern of play a gig, write a song, play a gig, write a song. So again, it fits with our ethos of being positive. We got the best out of the situation.
I mean, 8 out of the 10 tracks we'd never played together live.
No.
It was all done on computers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, that's
then
true.
we went to learn how to play it.
Yeah.
Maybe you should mention the title of the album.
Longest Day.
The Longest Day.
Yeah,
So people can buy, stream, do everything.
yeah, The Longest Day, excellent. It produced by Mike from Manuscript, who was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic.
We've got better at trusting people.
Yeah. Ironically, we wrote most of it around the Shortest Day, but the one song was written on the Longest Day, so
That's it,
that was
yeah.
the one.
And what are the main topics? Is it like a COVID topics in the lyrics? Or did you
Inadvertently, the
leave
Longest
them
Day
out?
was, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's elements of it. What we try and do is we try and empathise with the things in life that people find difficult and challenges, and then we try and introduce a positive mindset. So sometimes that might be taking difficult things that we've experienced personally and then sharing how we turn that round. But as I said, for us, if you're going to talk about a dark subject, you've got to shine some light. You've got to say a path forward. So there's some bits in the album that are quite personal to the people that wrote the lyrics, but it was about, we found ourselves after 2016 in a much angrier world. And the world is very angry, and we believe that there's two things you can do. You can be angry and suffer, or you can be angry and turn that into positive action, which is the message really of what we're trying to do, which is you take responsibility for your life and the people that live around you, and you try and make your environment as good as you possibly can. You don't worry that something out there or something in America shouldn't make you suffer today. If you can affect the people around you positively, that will change the world positively, rather than thinking, oh, I'm right to be angry. Yes, we are right to be angry, but being angry is exhausting. Let's be angry and then celebrate what we can do well, rather than just being angry and being sad all the time.
It's like ripples, isn't it? It just slowly kind of goes out.
Yeah. I can affect the people around me. I can make the lives of the people around me a little bit better by treating them nicely, listening, respecting, all the good things. And if we all do that, things get better. We don't need to wait for governments to tell us that things can be better. We control our own environments. That's how real change comes about. So that's what we try and do. We do our little bit.
So what I always say, because for example, being somewhere in the city and there's a shop and you hold the door open for someone.
Yeah.
Even another guy or someone just hold it open and they look at you and say, okay. Nice one. He looks dark, but nice, really nice. Because
if someone is suffering and they think the world is a horrible, angry place, and you show them compassion or kindness, that just lifts the person up in the moment.
It ripples out again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that kindness then often gets passed on.
That's it. Yeah.
Someone else. And
you just help people to elevate their life state, and the world gets a little bit better that way.
And what reactions do you get on your messages and on your songs? Positive reactions, for example, from the audience?
Definitely. Yeah, they love it, don't they?
Yeah. We get we as I said, we have when we play, it's normally a really good positive atmosphere. It's upbeat.
You don't see a lot of smiling faces.
Yeah. But we do regularly get messages, and people come up to us of people who are struggling, and they identify with our lyrics. And sometimes what they identify is not what we wrote. But they've taken it from their life,
from their point of view.
And there's a number of people that we speak to quite regularly that that's helped me. So that's good. But again, it should be a celebration. A concert should be a celebration.
Sure. And I totally understand, because it's always kind of interpretation, and when people feel something in your music and your lyrics, it's the best what can happen to you as an artist.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it makes the songs become more as well, because you might have written them with one particular idea in mind, but actually, you've got all your different listeners. Each of them have a different idea about, what that song's about, what it means to them, and so that kind of actually expands the art, if you like. It makes it more than the sum of its part.
Deliberately don't say what they're about.
No, we're quite vague, aren't we? We are quite vague.
It's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
For me, for an interviewer, for example, it's always a stupid question, what is this song about, what is this? Sometimes I do, because I personally like this specific song and want to know what the artist means, but it's always like open for interpretation.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if somebody says, can you tell exactly why you wrote this? We'll happily tell them, but that just little bit of ambiguousness means people can take ownership of it.
Because I think with the easy access to information and interviews and access to the sort of creative process, it can be a little bit, you look back and you didn't have that, or there was maybe a magazine article on your favourite band once in a blue moon in your favourite magazine or something like that, and that was all you knew about them. As you say, you could transpose what you were feeling onto their songs and get something out of it, that if you had all that information and somebody had spelled out exactly what this song is about, you might not have come to that feeling, you might not have gotten that thing out of it, so it can be a little bit of a double-edged sword. It's good to know things, but sometimes it's good to just find your own meaning in something. Yeah. So,
and for tonight, I'm sure you're looking forward for tonight. You're going
Definitely.
to the hotel now after this interview. what else do you need to prepare for the show to be really ready to go on stage? Is there something?
For us to get ready to go on stage?
We didn't really know how easy it would be to come back into Europe. We spent a lot of time reading to see if there was any rules about bringing guitars back into Europe.
Oh God, yeah.
Because obviously half of our country are stupid.
But no, in terms of preparing, we rehearse a lot. You know, because it's the old, what's the term? Practice hard. What's the term?
Practice hard, play easy.
That's the one. Practice hard, play easy. Yeah. But yeah, so we rehearse a lot, and then that makes the show easier. You know.
So we rehearse a room band, not being all
and
alone.
also, again, just treating everyone with courtesy. You know, making sure that we're respectful to the engineer, making sure that we get our stuff off quickly, we're good with the other bands. Just create that positive thing, and then it all takes care of itself.
And maybe for after this festival, after the show, what's coming next? Shows or stuff?
We've got shows back in the UK. We're next in Germany in
October in Hamburg.
Hamburg, yes. That's with Still Patient and Foreign Resort, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that as well. But again, being back into Germany after a good few years, that's where we need to be again. You know, back into mainland Europe. But it's really good, exciting times.
I always love the crowds in Germany. They're far more enthusiastic than in England.
The Brits just stand at the back like this, and afterwards they come up to you and they're like, "Oh my God, I had such a great time!" And I'm like, "Why were you not down the front dancing?"
It's because you're frightening.
Okay.
They're scared of you.
Germans aren't scared of me.
No, the Germans are not scared. Germans are not scared of Alex.
No.
We'll see tonight.
Yeah.
If the cold runs away, we know.
Yeah. There'll be a little gap at the front there.
Yeah.
Great. So for now, I think we have lots of material for the people outside. But maybe you have some free things you want to tell people, some message at this moment, some greetings to your moms.
Well, thanks for having us back.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting live music. You know, it's such a big thing. It's very easy in this world not to bother. So when people make an effort to come and see us or come and see an other band, it's just like, big respect.
Support your live music, support your bands, get out and see them, get off your backside, go drink a beer, buy a t-shirt, buy a CD.
And see the little bands as well. Don't just go out and see the 45-year-old bands who've been doing it for 100 years and,
play the same set.
Play the same set over and over again and just don't care about,
Definitely.
anything apart from ticket prices, which are way too much.
So I thank you for this nice talk.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks guys for outside for watching and check out.
Bye. Thanks everybody. Bye. Take care.